Hi, today I'm making a party barn table. What is a party barn table? Well, in my new barn here, I need a big table. I'm looking for something that I can use for entertaining. So we can sit at with bar stools and socialize, play games, eat food, all those things. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday party. So that's the perfect instance where this table is going to come in handy. But I also want it to be durable enough where I can craft on it or do anything I need like that. I'm going to make it with 2x4s, and the top is going to be actually vinyl flooring. And the reason I went with that is because it's durable and it can withstand, stains and scratches and dings and things like that. Plus it's affordable. My other option I was thinking was butcher block, and that would get really expensive. The tabletop is going to be 4x8, so I'm not cutting that down. I got a 3/4 inch piece of OSB that I'm going to use. So for the frame for the tabletop, you need 2 pieces at 93 inches and then 4 pieces cut at 42 inches. And that's gonna give us a little 1.5 inch overhang all around on the table. Since the frame, the outside will be visible, I actually sanded these and I picked a good side to be on the outside of it. I'm using a framing nailer just because it is so much faster than using screws, but screws and a drill would definitely work just fine for this project. The 42 inch ends are going to go on the inside of the 93 inch long pieces. And I'm getting it kind of squared up here a little bit. The only thing I don't like working with these big projects is the floor is not always level, which I don't like working off the floor anyway, so I'm using these tables, but it works. This nailer is really loud. I need hearing protection. I just put 1 nail in at each joint just to get started. And make sure your edges are flush everywhere. And you go around and add in 2 more, so each joint's gonna have 3 nails total. Then I'm gonna put middle supports in, and these are also cut at 42 inches. And I shaved a hair off to help them fit a little bit better. I'm gonna put these in at 32 inches from this end. Legs, they are cut at 33 inches, and the reason I figured 33 is because I want this to end at a height of 37 inches. So these are 33 plus the wheels that I have at 3 inches. So I cut the legs at 33, then I nailed them together and sanded them. And the reason I sanded them is because we're going to see them, so I kind of want it to be a little bit nice, so I went ahead and sanded them. There's going to be legs at each corner. I'm not putting them in the middle here because I want this to be open, so there can be like 3 stools per side. I just want it to be open and not have anybody like blocked in by a post. I'm gonna do something in the middle for support. I've been using 2 3/8 long nails just because I'm super low on 3 inch nails, but I'm gonna use 3 inch for the legs. Gonna hide the nails and put those on the inside. All right, I'm putting a support piece across here, so I need a measure for that. It's also gonna help keep the legs together, like stronger. So I'll almost be making like H brackets. I'll be at 42 inches. 2 of those. Add some spacers that I can use. I'm gonna look at these legs and make sure nothing's really way off before I put more nails in, because I definitely need more nails. And we are working with rough construction, so it might be off a little bit, but it's pretty square, so that's looking good. Alright, and feeling good and solid. If your legs are wobbly, I would just add a few more nails, like I did. I'm gonna add a middle support beam across here. I got 2 pieces cut at 80 1/4. I'm going to nail them together. I need to mark in the middle of here. 42 divided by 2 is 21. I'm going to put some 4-inch long construction screws on the ends there. I mean, somebody like kicks their feet on there. I don't want that like just popping off. So I'm gonna use some longer screws there. Next, I need to put these wheels on since I have it flipped over. I got the legs still up. I have 3-inch polyurethane swivel caster with brake. I got these at Harbor Freight. Kind of small. I could use a 4-inch, but they didn't have any 4-inch ones with brakes, and I wanted swivel with brakes. But I think it will be fine. This isn't going to be like have that much weight on there. And I'm going to go into the bottom of these legs, which need to mark. So I'm going to pre-drill these because anytime you go into end grain, the chances of splitting increases greatly. And then I have these number 9 by 2-inch GRK construction screws. Since these are actually made for bolts, I'm going to try using a washer with these screws, which I know isn't the most ideal thing, but it will work. Let's work with what you got. OSB on here, and I will get it attached, but I need to make sure the overhang is the same everywhere, which is 1.5 inches on the ends and all around. So it takes a little while to get that. Okay, looking good. Now I need to put some screws in. I need something that's going to be flush or go under. If I use these construction screws, just need to mark in 1.5 so that I'm going into the frame and not air. About 2 1/4 is where I'll go into. It's just important that this OSB lays flat. Now I need to mark in the middle. And the middle of 48 it's just a hair less than 48, but we'll just stick with 24. You know, now would actually be the time to stain this while I had it flipped over, but oh well. I really want to see how the top turns out, so I'm gonna just keep on going. Open up the flooring, see what I'm working with. This is Life Proof, high traffic, rigid core vinyl plank flooring in the color Fairview Oak. I got it at Home Depot. I think it was like $60 for this box. Before I start cutting, I'm gonna just kind of plan this out. I'm doing a chevron pattern. It probably would be a lot easier to just lay it like that, but I'm gonna make it difficult. Nah, I don't want it, so I'm gonna stick with the chevron pattern. And these do have this click in place thing, but I'm gonna have to cut these at 45-degree angles. And I only got one box, which is not enough. I'm gonna have to get another box. So what I'm gonna do is get one piece perfectly and then use those measurements to cut them. Because I need a 45 here and a 45 here, and from long point to short point, it's gonna be 33 and 7/8. When you're cutting these vinyl planks, you need to pay attention to how they are going to click together. So make sure that you have them oriented correctly. These are all 45-degree cuts. I'll turn that to 45. I'll make my first cut here. Then I'll bring it back over and mark for the final one. Now, since I'm already starting on this second half here, I need to make sure that this edge is totally flush. I'm going to put the border on now because it will help hold this in place, and it's going to cover up these edges here. Just basically a primed 1x2. Here's a measuring mark for the screws. I need to hit the center of that OSB sheet. 9/16 is where the screws need to go in at. All right, I love this table. I'm all done with it now. The chevron pattern looks amazing, although it took longer than I expected. Next time I will just stick with a herringbone pattern, but I think this looks great. It's the perfect height. I can do crafts. I can fit 10, 12 people around here to eat a meal at. So all together, I love this. Hope you enjoyed this video and make sure you subscribe for more.